feeling singled out. Now, obviously, the other bigger competitor is 4G, and every time you have a curtailment and you have to increase price, they are the biggest beneficiaries because they're still getting their gas and they get to increase their price. So every time you hear of Engro curtailment and you know Engro is going to do a price increase, the market psychology is 4G free go. So why is this happening?
That's actually a fairly rational decision. With the current situation, why 4G is a damn good idea.
I'm not questioning why 4G. We recommend the same. Why? At those situations, we'd say, 4G ka stock leave. Why are you being singled out every now and then?
Well, now we are not. There was a point in time, it was a difference of opinion between us and Sui Northern. Sui Northern had a point of view which was singling us out. And in my humble opinion, they have misled a lot of people, including the textile industry in Punjab, which has gone and instituted 3 cases based on that misleading information that was given to them. But interestingly, when after that misleading information, the textile boys in Faisalabad went to court, and SNGPL now had to file the response to the court. They said exact opposite of what they have been telling everyone, which is that the GSA has absolutely nothing to do with the increased gas supply from Karachi. So that was a difference of opinion on the basis of which we kept on having this argument. For the last few months, now the discrimination within the Sui Northern gas-based plants has been taken care of. But there is still discrimination today between the Sui Southern network-based plant because gas shortage is gas shortage, right? And the Sui Northern gas-based plant. And that cannot even be explained away by 158, the Constitutional Article 158, which talks about the province of right. Because we also, I've said a couple of times to our guys, please fax to Sui Northern a map of Pakistan and please show them where Gorki is. I think they're confused, they think Gorki is a part of Punjab. Or maybe there is a greater conspiracy to make it a part of Punjab. But as of right now, it is a part of Sindh. So right now there is discrimination between the fertilizer industry based on what the Sui Northern based consumer are facing versus Sui Southern based consumer, and that's clearly a discrimination which we have to go with. As far as the FFC, the main FFC is concerned, that's not a case of discrimination. That's just a case of being fortuitous and being on the marine network, which is not connected to them. That's not Pakistan quality gas. So it's not that there is favoritism being done in favor of 4G. That's not.
It just happened to be. They just happened to be the right cargo who came along.
Just like our base plant happens to be the
marine
network. And in terms of risk mitigants, that's the single biggest risk mitigant. I have a plant on Mari, which is non-network gas, so they can't take away that gas other than what has already been taken away to give to you, and that should also come back in another 4 months. And I have the pricing power. Between the two, I have all my risk covered. So really, and I say this very openly in media, I say this in all government meetings, what is happening has got nothing to do with me. It is simply what has been taken from the farmer. So it is really between the farmer and the government of Pakistan. Very simple question about that.
We have a question right there, and then Rajab Ali Saab afterwards, then we'll come back to this side. Rajab Ali Saab, next one is yours. Next one.
Good evening everybody. This is Sabah from Arriva TND. Hello? Yeah.
Maybe if you could just stand and speak.
Yeah, I think
the mic okay.
I think I can speak louder than the mic. Thank you so much. Good evening everybody, this is Mohammed Sabah. I represent Arriva TND. We are now part of the Schneider Electric Drop. Thank you so much Mr. Asad for giving us the confidence and for this session that your potential investors are here and we want to listen of course to your strategies. Me being part of an organization which is in the power sector since 1963, so of course we understand the dynamics of the power sector which is there. We are working very closely with the utilities and of course state-owned organizations where delivering performance from the supplier side is always mandatory. but payments are always obligatory. Yeah? So, of course, the factors which are making competitiveness for future growth, like gas, of course, there. But there is a bigger question which is circular debt. So, as a future potential investor, the question which bothers me is that, of course, I'm sure you're having a very strong footing in power sector. I'm sure you will be getting your return, after a long period of time. So, which part of your strategy ensures that as an investor or an investor will get the returns timely before your returns from the state-owned organization? Right.
This is not working anyway. I said this already. There is no way you're going to get financial flows until this issue of circular debt has been sorted out. I've said this for the last 1 year. I don't say this is a warning or a threat. How could you possibly have it? It doesn't matter which project you're talking about, even if it is not that is obviously very good. Even if you went to do a relatively smaller IPP right now, until this very issue of fundamental economic imbalance of that whole value chain is sorted out, you will not be able to get it. And at this point in time, I'm telling you guys, as we stand today, if I had to reach financially close tomorrow, there is zero chance that I will be able to.
And practically, what percentage of revenue does the power business constitute anyways for Engro? Especially with regards to the risks that manages.
Well, it's approximately, I would say, about 15% of our earnings. Of our earnings. But on the existing one, the mitigation is very, very strong. Because this is the cheapest source of power right now for the government of Pakistan. Because the gas is actually, the other option is for the gas to be fed, right? So the opportunity cost of gas is zero. So the total cost that it is costing government of Pakistan right now on an incremental basis is about 2 rupees a kWh. And therefore there is no question of you having to shut down because your receivables are running. And if you don't have a problem, but we are talking about the sector.
Just
I think since we are talking about direct power sector, it just so happens that there is a man in this room that if ever third develops in Pakistan, the man responsible for it is sitting in the room is and if it does happen, please do it.
Asad Saab is obviously seated right here. Just to clarify what Asad Saab is saying, in case some of you are not familiar, this plant is fueled by permeate gas which is otherwise just flayed away anyways. You see that flame burning over refineries at night, gas which is being wasted. They've obviously come up with a very efficient way of utilizing that and turning it into clean energy. You stand, Rajabali Saab?
अभी जो तस्करा हो रहा है वो तकरीबन बातें हो रही है कि कर्टेलमेंट की और अक्सर नेचुरली स्टॉक मार्केट की एरो की प्राइस पे भी हुआ है 20% प्राइस घटी है। मैं सॉरी यूज कराना भूल गया आपको। आयुष रजबली मेंबर कराची स्टॉक एक्सचेंज। अभी तक जो बातें हो तो मेरा खर्चा ये है कि क्या ये गैस प्रॉब्लम हार्ट प्रॉब्लम में कन्वर्ट तो नहीं होगा, तो फिर अक्सर गैस प्रॉब्लम कन्वर्ट होगा, शरीर से गुजारा खाना कन्वर्ट होगा। तो आपकी ट्रीटमेंट स्ट्रेटजी क्या है? और अभी तक जो मैंने बातें सुनी है उसी से तो मैंने नतीजा किया है कि फ्यूचर में आपने जो स्ट्रेटजी बनाई है उस पर एंग्रो की अच्छी सेहत से कोई असर नहीं पड़ेगा।
How detrimental is the gas problem for Engro's financial health?
अभी तक जो हालात देखे वो ये है कि हुआ प्रॉब्लम इंडिजेशन का तो चूरन खा रहे हैं, लेकिन जो सामने साथ वाले कमरे में बैठे वो समझने हार्ट अटैक हो रहा है। तो अभी तक तो याद आ रहा है। आई थिंक जैसे अभी एक्सप्लेन किया कि जो स्ट्रक्चर है, जो प्राइसिंग पावर है, एंड रिमेंबर अगर वाकई में सर्वाइवल को होता, अभी मैं ये बैठ के पहले बड़ी खराब दिली से बोल रहा हूँ कि इवन दो आई हैव अ रॉक सॉलिड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, आई एम विलिंग टू बी ए पार्टी टू एनी काइंड ऑफ अ फेयर कंटेनमेंट डिसीजन और आप हुकूमत के साथ काम करना चाहते हैं, बिकॉज इट इज ऑलवेज बेटर उनके बगैर लड़ाई झगड़े काम हो जाए. If my survival is at stake, so I have to go to the court and then request the court with a plea कि मुझे मेरा survival ensure किया जाए. So वो तो बैक पॉकेट में एक स्ट्रेटेजी अवेलेबल है ही है. वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आप देख लीजिए पूरे पाकिस्तान में ऐसा कोई कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है नहीं, क्योंकि वो हमने भी नेगोशिएट किया था. वो उसके लिए इंटरनेशनल कंपैरेटिव बिडिंग कराई कि वाहिद गैस है पाकिस्तान की तारीख जो इंटरनेशनल कंपैरेटिव बिडिंग पे दी गई थी. वो बाहर से लॉयर्स आए हुए थे और आपको पता है कि जो पाकिस्तानी जिनके सामने जो फॉरेनर बैठता है तो पाकिस्तानी बिल जाता है, तो जो लिखाते गए वो लिखते चले गए. एंड में बिडिंग की गैस हमें मिलती तो वी आर जस्ट बेनिफिशियरी ऑफ द स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट गैस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दैट इज देयर. सो वो एक बैक पॉकेट में तो है, लेकिन फिलहाल जैसे हालात लग रहे हैं, जो इंटरनेशनल प्राइसेस हैं, गैस का डेवलपमेंट है, वो लगता ऐसा है कि हम वो कमर्शियल एक्शन करके उसकी अपनी जो हमारी सेहत पे जो उसका असर है उनको पूरा कर लेते हैं. तो फिलहाल तो ऐसे ही हालात हैं. होपफुली लीगल बैटल के अंदर कंप्लीट फेयर तरीके से लड़ाई करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. बट फिलहाल इंटरिम ऑर्डर हुआ है, हुकूमत ने कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर किया हुआ है जिसको हम एनफोर्स नहीं कर रहे, बट इसको ऑर्डर हुआ हुआ है. इंटरिम फाइनल डिसीजन भी आ जाएगा कभी.
आखिरी क्वेश्चन उस तरफ से, then we'll come here and we'll come back to you. Umar Rafiq, Umar, do you have a question?
My name is Atasham, and I
Could
just
you
want
please stand up, Mr. Sham? Go there.
My question is about the third coal project. You have already told the facts about that. The first part of the question is that the process involved in that power generation, that they are using the gasification of coal to generate power in the third project. The first part is there any possibility that one of the experts was saying the process they are using for it, it's not going to work because there are liquid aquifers over there and there are some leakages also over there. And how you see that this gas and this power is going to be used for the industry and this is a power solution for our economy. But the gas is going to be generated from that entire project. Is it going to be useful for your project as well? Is there any possibility?
हम लोग जो है वो गैसिफिकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट गैसिफिकेशन का प्रोजेक्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं. दैट इज अ प्रोजेक्ट जो कर रहा है और वो भी एक्सपेरिमेंटल स्टेज का प्रोजेक्ट है. हमारा तो वो नॉर्मल जो माइनिंग का प्रोसेस है, ओपन पेट माइनिंग, उससे कोयला एक्सट्रैक्ट किया जाएगा और उसके बाद प्रोजेक्ट से काम किया जाएगा. जहाँ तक वो इंस्टीट्यूट गैसिफिकेशन कामयाब होगी या नहीं होगी, वी कांट से. Some of the leading coal experts in the world, जिनसे मेरी बात हुई थी, उन्होंने मुझे एक्सप्लेन किया कि टेक्निकली वो वायबल नहीं है. डॉक्टर साहब हमारे के साथ बैठे हुए थे, मीटिंग के साथ बोल रहे थे कि भी प्रेजेंटेशन थी, मेरी प्रेजेंटेशन. मैंने कहा डॉक्टर साहब दिस इज नॉट द लीडिंग कोल एक्सपर्ट्स इन द वर्ल्ड आर टेलिंग मी. डॉक्टर साहब का जवाब नहीं हुआ. डॉक्टर साहब ने कहा यार ये तो वही लोग हैं जो हमें ये भी बोल सकते हैं कि हम नहीं बना सकते. उन्होंने डॉक्टर बना दिया और उनको $12 मिलियन कितने एक्सपेरिमेंट के लिए दिए गए हैं. आई थिंक इट्स अ वेरी गुड इन्वेस्टमेंट. अगर इसको याद हो जाए तो बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है. यू विल हैव एन ऑप्शन फॉर द फ्यूचर, बट बिकॉज इट इज नॉट ए डेमोन्स्ट्रेटेड टेक्नोलॉजी दैट in a situation like ours has never been done remotely at the kind of scale that we're talking about, because we're talking about developing thousands of megawatts of power. So we can't sit and wait to see the results. बिकॉज आपका प्रोसेस क्या होगा, पहले आप एक डेमो करेंगे, डेमो के बाद आप एक छोटा कमर्शियल स्केल प्लांट लगाएंगे, फिर उसके बाद आप एक बड़ा प्लांट लगाएंगे, एंड ओनली देन यू हैव द कॉन्फिडेंस दैट यस आई कैन डेवलप द एंटायर कोल बेस्ड ऑन द टेक्नोलॉजी. तो ये जो पहले मैंने आपको 3 स्टेप्स बताए, ये जब आप सिक्वेंशली करेंगे तो आपके 10 से 12 साल हो जाएंगे. तो यू कांट वेट 12 years टू फाइंड आउट. सो आपका सही तरीका वही है जो हुकूमत ने भी फैसला किया है. पैरेलल में वो काम करें जो ट्रेडिशनल टेक्नोलॉजी अवेलेबल है उसकी बेसिस पे स्टार्ट करें, साथ साथ एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन करते रहें. अगर एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन कामयाब होगी तो फैंटास्टिक.
Next question from Umar Rafiq, BNI. Umar, if you could please stand as well.
My second question is that basically we see a lot of fertilizer plants now moving towards clean development.
Can you tell the mic on? I don't think it's on.
Is it more audible?
Yeah.
My simple question is that basically you have a lot of fertilizer plants now going towards clean development mechanism and CER rights. As far as I understand, Engro has by far the most efficient power plant as well as their fertilizer plant is very efficient. I mean, isn't it just windfall revenues for Engro at this point in time? What's the take for Engro on trying to vie for CERs?
You have to understand, you have to have an inefficient process to begin with, and then for improvement of that process you get a CEM credit. So if you, to begin with, are extremely efficient, so you don't get that. And CDM, we are trying to integrated इंडिया ट्रांसपोर्टेशन जो सीडीएम्स मिले हैं जनरली वो या तो हुए हैं जहाँ पे इंडिया प्लांट और CO2 या आपके अमोनियम नाइट्रेट एसिड प्लांट्स वहाँ पे सीडीएम में प्रोजेक्ट हो रहा है। तो हमारे इंटीग्रेटेड प्लांट है सीडीएम की कोई
Obviously, you can tell Umar is a very good fertilizer analyst. You have asked a very technical question. We've got some questions from this side of the room. Maybe you can start there, then this row. You've got quite a few questions.
Sir, my name is Fawad Yusuf. I just asked two questions. अब्दुल जो आपने केस मिले ये नए प्रोजेक्ट के लिए वो कितना कब से आपको कंटिन्यू मिल रही है और उसमें इंटरप्शन तो नहीं है। दूसरा क्वेश्चन